All right, lovies. So we're gonna jump into this first project. Sorry, using this Dollar Tree wood plank, and we are just gonna go ahead and fill in those holes with some of the lightweight spackling from Dollar Tree as well. Now I saw this gingerbread house on the Kohl's website for $35.99. And I was like, I know we can recreate this using this wood plank from Dollar Tree. So once I get those holes all nice and patched up, then I'm just gonna go ahead and sand it down to make it nice and smooth. So yeah, and you just want to do that just to make sure it's flush with the surface so it doesn't have any lumpy bumpies in it. So then next right here, I'm just gonna take my ruler and attempt to measure out like a A-frame shape or a triangle shape, whatever you want to call it, for the roof. And of course you guys know my measuring skills are whack, but you know, I still kept rolling with it because that's just what I do. So once I do that, I'm going to take my carpenter's knife here and I'm just going to go ahead and box cutter, whatever it's called, one of them things, and cut the shape out. Then I'm going to sand it down because it did leave a lot of jagged edges. It's cheap wood, so I did end up ripping off some off the back, but nobody's going to see that, so we're not going to worry about that. So then right here, I'm going to go in with some of this cinnamon paint by FolkArt. And I thought it would be a little bit lighter in color, but I should have known better. Once it dried, it did darken up. I was trying to get it as close to the color in that picture as I possibly could, but this is where we ended up. So it's just a dupe, is not, you know, or should I say an inspiration piece. So it's not going to be exactly the same. So what I'm doing right here is I had a little window frame that I got from Hobby Lobby. If you guys have been with me anytime, you've seen me use those in the past. And then next, I'm just taking 2 of these tower tumbling blocks and I glued them together. And these are going to be my little templates for the windows. Now, the one on Kohl's website, it did have 6 windows and it did have the saying "Joy to the World" in the middle of it. Now, had I used one of the larger welcome signs from Dollar Tree, I would have probably been able to get more on there, but I wanted a blank surface because y'all know me, I'm a lazy crafter and I didn't feel like scraping off all that stuff and everything. So this is what I opted to use instead of that. Now right here, I did go in with one of those paint markers. It said it was red, but once it got on the surface, it turned pink, like a hot pink. So I just went in with some red paint and went over that. And then next, you can see right here, it's all self-explanatory. Painted in the windows with black. I probably should did like a charcoal gray on them and outline them with the white paint pen. Then I went in with some of the pink paint pen, so on and so forth, just to get as close, again, as close as I could to the actual picture. So now I'm just going to take the little window frame, which is going to actually be our door, and I'm just going to place that right over where I painted the backing of that. Then I'm taking one of these little bitty they're just like sprinkles, like little scatters, and I'm going to put that on as the doorknob. It's a little peppermint one. I don't know if you guys, how clear you guys can see it, but yeah, I just put that on as the doorknob. It looked like they had painted on the doorknob. I couldn't really tell. So then next, I have these little candy canes in my stash, and so the ones they had on the picture kind of looked, they were flat, so I'm sure they were wood based, but this is what I had as an alternative and it worked out okay. I just wish it was probably a little bit thicker, I guess, I don't know, but anyway, it still came out cute in the end. I think it was pretty neat to do something very similar to what was in that picture for a lot less than what it cost. So yeah, kudos for that, right? Alrighty, so I'm just using a little bit of hot glue to hold that down. If you were to recreate something like this, definitely use some heavier duty glue here if you plan on, you know, giving it away or something like that. But where I'm going to have this is not going to be touched too much, so I'm not too concerned with that hot glue. So then next I'm going to go in with some of these red and white striped Chanel stems or pipe cleaners. Again, whatever you want to call them, potato, it's all the same. So I just glued those to the side there, and then I'm going to take some more of these little peppermint candy embellishments, put that right up at the top, and it's just really cute. I really like the style of this because it's so oblong. It's just so long and thin. I like that. I think it's really cute. It would have been really nice to put a smaller one next to it, I'm thinking, but you know, who knows? Maybe I will do that later on down the road, because I do think there's going to be a part 2 to this gingerbread video, because there were a lot of projects I wanted to do. I just couldn't get to them. You know, just had a lot going on. So just keep me and my family in your prayers, okay? So right here I'm taking some more of some embellishments I had in my stash. I do believe these came from Hobby Lobby, and at first I thought they were styrofoam, but turns out they're plastic. So I just cut one down the middle, because on that picture it had a whole lot of little peppermints at the bottom, and because this was a lot shorter than that, I couldn't add that many, but I still wanted to add something there to just kind of, you know, get as close to it as I could. So right here I'm adding in 2 little bitty beads, and that's just going to help to lift up the other peppermint that I'm going to overlap over the door in that other peppermint. So yeah, then I decided to go in with some of my puffy paint, and I'm just going to outline all the spaces where it is white. And then I am going to go over the top of the door, but I'm not going to put it all over the door. So yeah, and the head of the tube was clogged. I had to unclog it because it's been sitting up so long. But it ended up working out. So, and that's pretty much it for this piece. I will show everything at the final reveal, lovies. All right, I am being joined today by my friend Jenny from Lovely Moments Creating. She asked me that I want to do a gingerbread collab with her, and we decided to come together to bring you guys some content today. I will have her information in my description box below. Please stop by and tell her I said hello. All right, so right here next we're going to go in with this kitchen sign from Dollar Tree. Now, at first I was going to paint over the front of it, but I was like, you know what, we can make this into a 2-sided sign, I'm thinking here. So I didn't paint the back of it because we'll see. I don't know if it works out. I won't paint it, but if it doesn't work out, then I'll go back and paint it or whatever. I don't know. But right here, I'm going to take some of this nutmeg brown paint by Apple Barrel, and I'm going to paint the back of it. And so, like I said, I'm just going to leave that front part as is, because we're going to see if we can actually make this into a 2-sided sign. So then next, I'm going to go in with some of this gel medium right here. I saw one of my good friends, Tasha, from Sunflower Tasha, DIYs, use this, and I thought it was really cool, and I wanted to try it for decoupaging, but as I did more reviews of it, it could be used for a lot of things, and one of them was to use it as like a texture paste for stenciling. And so I just mixed it with some white paint, and from the reviews of it that I watched, I was like, wow, I like the texture of it. Was very smooth and creamy, like almost. And so I have this gingerbread bakery sign in my stash from I think I got this like 2 years ago. And so when I saw this sign, the kitchen sign from Dollar Tree, I just immediately knew. I was like, this would look really cute with this stencil. So I'm just going in and I am using my little squeegee tool there that you get from, I can't think of the name of it. It'll come to me later. Chocator. And I am just spreading on that gel medium on there. Now, it glides on very nice. It's a very smooth texture. I really, really like it. And I thought it was going to have a lot of bleed through. And it did not bleed through. I was really impressed with this. Now, it's nothing whoop to do about it. Like, you can use texture paste, you can use paint, of course, and get the same result. But it did give a raised surface to this piece, and I really liked it. And like I said, it was very smooth in texture. So I like playing around with little things like that because, again, you can also use it for decoupaging. And if you guys have been around for any time, you guys know I love to decoupage. So I do like trying out different mediums. And so, yeah, I was like, okay, and I like it. And I learned that a little goes a long way. I made way too much. I just covered it up with some saran wrap and put it in a little baggie in hopes that it doesn't dry out. But right here, I am just going in with some little snowflakes, and I am adding those all around the picture here. And then I'm going to go in with some peppermint embellishment. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to remember what I did here. And then, oh, yeah, I found this super cute little gingerbread bow at Walmart. And I just could not leave it there. And I thought it would be so cute on here as well. And it absolutely looks adorable. I absolutely love it. I know it's a very simple sign, but it really is cute to me. I love the different shades of brown there. But that's pretty much it for this piece. I'm just tacking down the little ribbon because it wouldn't, or bow, it wouldn't stick down. It just kept flopping up. So, then I decided to add a few more snowflakes. I felt like it was missing something. So I don't think I went too overboard with it. I really, really like this. It's probably, because I have two favorites today. I think this is one of the favorites. And then, of course, the teacup is going to be my favorite as well. But there you have it. I still think it can work as a dual-sided sign. I decided to take some of my snow text, and go around the outside of this. And this too was a little crunchy as well because it's been sitting in my stash for a while. But I make it work. And I just go around the outside parts of the picture there. And just again to give it that gingerbread look. You can definitely use puff paint here if you want. I just wanted something that was going to dry a little bit faster. And I knew that I would probably end up sticking my finger in the puff paint. But there you have it, guys. So let me know how you feel about that one, and we're gonna move on into project number 3. Now, Dollar Tree brought out these new Christmas towels. Sorry, I was gonna say towels. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to make a pillow now. I've done this quite a few times on my channel. I literally just did one for fall, but I do add a little something to this one. I did them for spring too. I just think they're so easy to make, and these will make nice gifts too, especially if you have little ones. I think this is a really cute idea to gift them these, especially, you know, just for them to have something cute and decorative. But all you do is, well, what I did was I did attempt to iron out some of the creases in it. It didn't quite work out too well, But I'm just turning it inside out. I'm going in with hot glue. Now, I never have any problem using hot glue, but I would encourage you to use fabric glue. That would definitely probably work best. But again, for me, I haven't had really any issues using my Gorilla hot glue. So then right here, I just turn it the right side out. And I just love this. I think these are probably the cutest pillows that Dollar Tree has had, in my opinion. I don't know if they're new or not, but they're new to me. And I really, really like them. Once I get those corners pushed out, I don't know why I left so much of that in there for you guys. But yeah, I just start stuffing it with some polyfill. Now you can either purchase a polyfill or you can use it from an old pillow that you no longer are using. I know a lot of times we have a lot of sofa decorative pillows left over sometimes. You can definitely keep those and use the batting from that. So once I get it all nice and stuff, I just tuck in that last little part and I add more hot glue to it, and I just love this. I think it's really cute. Now you can sew these too if you have that gift of sewing, which I do not. You can definitely do that here. And so I'm just pinching that close, and I'm going to show you right here. You just go around. Once you do it, just pull it apart to see if you have any little holes or gaps. You just go ahead and fill that in, pinch it back together, and I'm just showing you guys it's a nice tight little tug. Like, it doesn't come apart for me. I don't know why, but it just works. So I'm not going to knock it. So then I'm going to take some of this pom-pom trim. You can find that at Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna take that and go up either sides of the pillow. Like I said, I thought that would be something cute to add a little embellishment to it. Now, if you were to recreate this, you could definitely take that trim all the way around, but me being me, I did not want to take this across the top and it be crooked, because on the sides and on the bottom, I had the little seam, where I glued it together to follow. So that would keep me on track. But across the top, because I folded it, there was nothing there to guide me, and I would get lost in the wilderness. So I chose not to go that route. So this is where I just go in, and what I did for one side, I do for the other, and that's pretty much it. I think that's absolutely adorable, and I can't wait to put it out. I have to go get another one because I got this one, and then I got a candy cane one, thinking they would go together, but I'm like, I think I want two of the gingerbread ones. All right, so next up, sorry for the jumping around, guys. It's just been a trying couple of days, so my mind has just been all over the place, but I just was trying to get this video out because I had promised Jenny. So sorry for the horrible editing on top of my already horrible editing. But here, what we're gonna do is take this little, well, we had two other little saucer plates, the larger one and the big one there, as you can see. And what I did there was I attempted to glue it down with some hot glue, and then I forgot to put a little bit of the tacky glue on there, and so I pulled it back up and redid it, so on and so forth. So Dollar Tree in the cobblestone section had these little gingerbread pieces, the little train set and the little house. Now, I have not seen them before, and I thought this was really, really cute to make just like a cute little scenery. So this is not going to be our terracotta teacup. That's coming up next. But I thought it would be super cute to just make a whole little scenery out of this. Something simple, not too extreme. Like, this probably wouldn't even be called a craft, because all I did was paint the little saucers and then just put the little pieces in there, the little figurines or whatever. So I thought they were super cute because they even link up. I was like, this is probably really, really cute. Dollar Tree is they're coming along with some cute things. Like I said, I have never seen this before, and if you're into the whole train set, but that can be really pricey, this is a cute way to get that display on a smaller scale. So I really like it. So that was literally all I did with that. Once I got it connected, that was not all I did, but what I decided to do afterwards was take them and add some puffy paint to certain parts of them. So I do go over each of the little pieces, and I only do like the side that's going to be visible to us because y'all know me, I'm a lazy crafter. But no, I just didn't want it to because I knew this was going to take some time to dry, and I didn't know how much time I had before I would, be able to do the final reveal. So I didn't want to run that risk of smashing up the puffy paint or puff paint on the other side if I was to put it on both sides. So yeah, that was truly my reason for doing it on the one side. But you'll see in the final review, you can't really tell, like it doesn't take away from the project. But if you were to recreate it, if it makes you feel better to do both sides, then definitely do that. So then I decided to take some of that puff paint and go around the rim of the larger saucer there, as you see. And then I'm just going to take some of these little sprinkles, and it has peppermint, Santa Claus, gingerbread, all the little Christmassy things, and I just go around the outside of it to make it look like a gingerbread cookie, and I think it's really cute. I really do. I was like, this came out quite adorable for it to be so simple. And then I decided to add just a little bit more of that puff paint to the top of the front of the train there. And then we're just going to set it aside, and you guys will see it all assembled in the final reveal. Again, I just didn't want to risk smushing that puff paint all over the place, so sorry about that, okay? But all right, here we are with our final project of today, lovies, where we are going to do our gingerbread terracotta teacup number 51. All right, and for those who are new to my channel, on this channel we have been doing a terracotta teacup series where we take a terracotta pot and we add a handle to it and turn it into a terracotta teacup with a theme. And as I just mentioned, we are on terracotta teacup number 51, which is going to be our gingerbread. What I did here was I did paint that in that same nutmeg brown color, and I'm just going in with a little bit of tacky glue, and I'm going to add one of my 2-inch wood medallions right to the top of that, which I did paint in the color Snow White by Waverly. So once I get that attached, I just go ahead and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry. So then right here, I decided to use some white hot glue. So I just really wanted to give you guys different options to use for faux snow when you're making gingerbread. Like, it's so many things out there you can do. I'm no specialist or subject matter expert of gingerbread but there are so many different ways to make faux snow for gingerbread. So then I found this super cute ornament at Walmart, and I just fell in love with it because the little gingerbread was sitting up on top of the cupcake, and I was like, oh, it's gonna make a cute little terracotta teacup. But what I was showing you right there is one of those little miniature bow embellishments I had in my stash, because I did remove the hanging piece from the top of this ornament, and I wanted to cover up that hole, and that little red bow fit in there perfectly. So once I do that, I'm just adding in the little tacky glue right here, and I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue, and then I'm going to place that right on top of there. Now, at first I was going to leave this like this, but I was like, no, it needs some more frosting, so I decided to go in with some more of that white hot glue just to seal it around the bottom of the cupcake. Y'all, this was so darling. And I just went in and added all kind of little embellishments. I do apologize, I'm out of frame here. I'll try to adjust it. I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. But I'm just going to add all kind of little embellishments, and there you have it. All right. And here we are, lovies, with the final reveal. If you are still here writing with me, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you guys for always taking the ride with me each week. It means the world to me. It truly does. I want to know if you had a favorite of today. Like I said, the gingerbread bakery sign and the teacup are my favorites of today, but I did enjoy creating each of these for you. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you found some inspiration today. And if you haven't already done so, lovies, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. And once you hit that like button, swipe over to the right, hit the hype button. It helps all the smaller young content creators out by getting our videos pushed out just a little bit more. Don't forget, lovies, I am in collaboration today with Jenny from Lovely Moments Creating. Stop by, tell her I said hello, and I'm sorry I did forget, because I'm always so hyped up and ready to go, to welcome anybody that came over from Jenny's channel. Now, also, as I did mention, I will have Jenny's information in my description box below, so go there, click on her video, and stop by and tell her that May said hey. All right, so yeah, let me know, lovies, isn't that just the cutest thing? I mean, this is probably one of the cutest little cobblestone things that Dollar Tree has created. I have not seen that before, and I thought that was just absolutely neat. In the house, the light on it was very vibrant too. That was something that amazed me as well. And then here is our sweet little terracotta teacup. I think it is so cute. It is definitely in my top favorites. And what I do like to do also, for those who are new to the channel, stick around, because I do like to show every single terracotta teacup that we've created thus far. It goes by fairly quick, but I do like to share that with you just so you can see what our journey has been like. Like I said, we are on number 51, when I honestly didn't think we'd pass number 10, but we did make it this far. I think that's super cool, and we're on the journey to do quite a few more before the season is over. We have a lot of ideas out there, so if you have a favorite one of those, let me know. I would love to hear that as well. And again, if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. As I often say, because I love to chat with you guys after each and every video. It means the most to me. It makes my heart smile every time I read a comment. So please, just let me know. Just say, hey, May. And it'll make my heart smile. I promise it will. All right. So yeah, I just can't believe how far we've come with these. They've been so much fun to create for you guys. And I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying this series. It's just been a lot of fun. So thanks, lovies. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks, Jenny. Can't wait to see what you created for everyone. And until the next video, lovies, be safe, be kind. Hugs and kisses. XOXO. Bye.